The area across the street there is where the smallpox cemetery used to be. By the 1830s, it was deconsecrated. The bodies were moved to a cemetery just outside the city limits. Later, as you can see, the area was built up with some rather beautiful buildings. Now, these days, restoration of old homes is quite popular. So many people have chosen to excavate their basements. And yes, you might have guessed it, during the excavations, many homeowners found bones still buried in their basements as housewarming presents, of course. Now, there's two very interesting things about this area. For one, in one of the buildings around here, a man had been trying to renovate it for some time, but very strange paranormal things kept happening that delayed this process of renovation. Indeed, the roofer swore he was pushed off the roof by a ghost. A carpenter trying to fix the handrail was pushed off the staircase by seemingly nothing. Plumbers would bring porcelain sinks to be installed, only to have these sinks explode in their arms. Just like there. Never know, right? And eventually both men toast to their health. 3 hours later, there is blood all over the floor, the walls, some on the ceiling. Mr. Marois is holding a hammer with his right hand, the same hammer he used to smash Guillemets' head and reduce it to mush. The body of this young man is on the bed of Mr. Marois, soiled in blood. And now I think it's time I tell you about the other identity of this Mr. Marois. He was a man known by another title, that of Dr. L'Indien, the Indian doctor. A very eccentric man who wore a long robe with hair put up in a bun and a shawl. He had actually already been convicted of sexual assault on a man in Lévis. He was supposed to spend a year in prison, but he managed to escape that sentence. And now he had struck again. So he threw the body of Guillemette into the St. Lawrence River, where it was found the next morning by the police, who immediately were able to pinpoint who was the perpetrator, and they found this Dr. Valencien and brought him, indeed, to the prison close to here. And after several days spent in a small cell, Dr. Valencien was eventually convicted guilty of the murder of Guillemette. So on the morning of the 30th of September, 1829, a small crowd has gathered in front of the prison, waiting to see the execution of this murderer. And of course, Dr. L'Indien is on the plank with the noose around his neck. He's speaking to the crowd. He says that he's sorry for what he's done, sorry for all the crimes that he's done throughout his life. He's sorry to Guillemets' parents. He's sorry about all the other sins that he's committed, and that his religion will save him now. And he was hanged.